What's up, everybody? This is Robert Ferguson, your nutritionist, a guy who shares because I care. Oh, and we're going to talk about gut health. Now, some of you don't know anything about gut health. Some of you know a little bit about it, or you heard things about it. Some of you are even aware of a word called gut microbiome. And some of you are like, yeah, Robert, we get it. We're with you. We've been following you. We've been listening to you. We get it. And, or maybe some of you have already know a lot about it. And you're like, okay, let's go. What's different? Well, we have a gut health challenge coming up. And I want to encourage you to join us. And if you can't, I still want you to learn about the importance of your gut health. So the goal here, in my opinion, is to share with you information today or in this video, that whether you're in the challenge or not, that can help you. I want to help you. And there's so many people that just don't know. You know what I mean? They don't know what they don't know. And so it's time to bring some clarity to that. And so that's what we're going to do. Now, I'm not going to do it alone. I'm going to bring on someone, one of our coaches, who you can reach out to. Her name is Amy Prine, and we're going to have just a candid conversation. So we don't have any agenda. I didn't give her any idea of what we're going to talk about. I said, literally, she's in the green room right now. I said, hey, let's just talk about gut health. And then I'm sure, you may have some questions, some things that you would want to share with other people. And so let's do that. Let's just do that. Now, for those of you who are new, I want to encourage you to like us, subscribe, go to our YouTube channel, because there's some real good information there. And I want you to really make the most of all the content that we're constantly providing. And the reason why I say that is because you care about yourself. And our goal is to give you information that can help yourself, if you know what I mean. Okay. Well, without further delay, let's bring on the one and only. That's right. Her name is Amy Prine, people. Boom. There she is.
Boom. Hi, Robert.
There she is.
There she is.
Every time I say there she is, I think of a Miss America pageant.
That's what I just thought of when you said there she is.
So every time I say that, I want to actually sing, there she is, Miss America.
You're not going to hear me sing.
Come on. All right. Now, before we start talking, Amy, I just want to encourage those of you who are listening. If you have any questions about the gut microbiome, or any questions about fitness, health, or the things that is within our scope of work, weight loss, getting off medications, losing weight while eating foods you like, enjoy, foods you love, and any other questions that you want to bring to Amy and myself, bring it, because we're going to just talk about the gut microbiome, what it is, what it's not, why it's important, how it can help you. And this is information that if you care about anyone's health, people in your family, which really blows my mind. So I'm about to ramble right now. So let me pause. I just poured myself some green tea. I'm going to drink some of that green tea as Amy introduces herself and let you guys know who she is. So tell them who you are, Amy.
Hi, everyone. As Robert said, my name's Amy Prine. I'm a nutrition and fitness coach from Darlington, Wisconsin. Robert's been here 2 times, and we're looking at him coming out again, so that'd be wonderful. I've been doing diet-free life right around 15 years and coaching people, do virtual, do group trainings too, so group sessions, I should say. Reach out.
Don't say goop. You sound like, I don't want to get political, but you sound like that was a gaffe, like a little President Biden gaffe. Like what?
The group. Yeah,
what did he just say? I was like, what did he say? Like he said something the other day. I had to rewind it. And this is not a political site for those of you who are new. I was watching a segment, and I feel for this guy. I literally prayed for Biden last night. I was like, Lord, help this man, because obviously there's something not going well. And so I prayed for him. I added him to my prayers because he has grandkids. You know what I mean? He has kids. He has people who love him. Mm-hmm. And to see someone going through some type of challenge that I believe is a challenge from around his health, mental health, cognitive health. Mm-hmm. I don't want to see anybody go through that. So
no.
So anyway, I added him to my prayers. And if you guys don't like that, then so be it. I don't care. If I see anyone who's going through it and having challenges, I don't wish that on anybody because
Oh,
people,
exactly.
you know what I mean? It's like we live in a weird world where people are just so quick to hate on everybody and
Exactly.
everything that I'd rather just pray for somebody because
Yep.
I'm a believer. Now, if you're not a believer, you don't know what the hell I'm talking about.
Me too. Just pray for everybody. Pray for the world.
Everybody.
For
Okay.
the world.
All right, so we're going to talk about gut health. And what's up? Let me give a shout out to Ruth Sparks. Ruth, she's in my prayers also because Ruth, has some stuff going on, and she's a huge success story when it comes to the Diet Free Life methodology. Huge. I want to give another shout out to Sharon Giss, who's a client of mine and a friend. Both of these ladies are my friend. And Sharon, I literally met Sharon around 2001, 2002, Amy. And we're still in touch. Isn't that cool?
That's very cool.
That's 20. So if someone ever said, Robert, you have not been doing weight loss and nutrition for over 20 years, I just call Sharon. Sharon, how long have I been doing this? So she can vouch for about 22, 23 years.
Yeah, 2001, she says.
Yeah. But you know what I'm saying? And then I could bring up people, take them back to 1995 when I got into this space.
Yep, it's a long time.
Yes. So anyway, people are like, get to it. Will you talk about the gut? All right. So let me lay the foundation or preface by giving people insight to what we mean by the gut microbiome and why the gut health challenge is something that can help people. And by laying the foundation, our goal, Amy, is to give people recommendations during our time together that can help them, whether they're in our challenge or not. Just information that we're aware of that many people just may not be aware of.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
So when we talk about the gut, you guys, we are referring to everything from when you go inside your mouth, you swallow food into your stomach goes into your intestinal tract, all the way to your anus, your bum, your butt. That is the gut microbiome. And in that space, you have trillions of microbes, bacteria, that is helping so many things in your body, to include your immune system and your mental health, how you feel, how you experience pleasures. This is all a significant part of the gut microbiome. And your gut microbiome is looked at today as the second brain. So you have your brain, but then you have your gut. Well, they're in constant communication. And when signaling is not good, or when the gut is out of balance, that can affect your mood. That can affect how you digest food. That can affect how you burn calories. And that can affect your immune system. So now we know what we're referring to when we say gut health challenge, which is 30 days. And in this challenge, I'm providing people with a nutrition plan, with the right grocery list of all the foods and how to eat these foods in a way that will bring the gut into better balance. And once it's in better balance, everything else gets better. So I'll stop there.
Exactly. No, I'm glad that you gave that. I've been asked. I've just had a couple of people ask me what was all going to be involved. So that was a great cap on what you're going to be doing.
Yes, and I would say many people think they know things that they don't know. Like I was having a conversation earlier today with Cindy V, who you know.
Yes.
Who's also your friend. And when I was talking to her, we were just talking about how hard or difficult it is to get people to realize how easy it would be for them to jump on board and to do what you and I teach people. But yet something is blocking them from the opportunity to actually take a step and put their toe in the water so they can see what we do. Because many people just assume they know, but they suffer from cognitive bias. They really don't know what they don't know. And that's not a dig. That's not being mean. It's just a fact.
It's a fact, right?
Yeah. Like the average
Right.
person, they don't know that 70% of your immune system is your gut microbiome.
Mhm.
70% of anything is that's a large amount.
That's huge.
70%.
That's huge.
I think so.
Hmm.
And if 90% of serotonin, which is what gives us pleasure, which helps fight off depression, is producing your gut naturally, why wouldn't you want to know about that?
Exactly.
So, but as the Bible dictates, one of my favorite book, it says pride comes before the fall.
Hmm.
So many people will not be successful with their health. They will not be successful with losing weight. They will not be successful in reversing their medical conditions because they're too prideful. And when you lack humility, that is your stumbling block. That is the roadblock that is stopping many people from living their best and healthiest life as it pertains to the role of food on their health. And you can be mad at what I'm saying. You can say whatever you want to say. But if I have a solution in my hands, and all you have to do is ask me to open my hands, and you choose not to ask, I'm sorry, but pride comes before the fall. So to that person's demise, when their conditions get worse, or they find themselves in a hospital, or they find themselves in a situation that is not favorable, it is on them. And
Hmm.
that's not a judgment. And I'm saying this, Amy, and we'll dive into it, because I remember once money was tight. Well, money's always tight, but money was tight. And I kept putting off going to my 6-month dental check-in, right? And then I talked to this one dentist, and he says, "Oh, it's all genetics. If you're brushing your teeth and you're flossing, you're fine." So then the next 6-month period came, and I didn't go. So now I went a whole year without getting my teeth clean or going to get my dental check-in, because he said, and that was all I needed to hear, "Are you flossing?" I go, "Yeah." He said, "Are you brushing daily?" I said, "Absolutely." He says, "Yeah, you're probably okay."
Then you're good.
And then out of nowhere, Amy, I started getting a pain in my tooth. And then I was like, "What the hell?" So then I didn't do anything about it, and it started to get worse. So let's
Ugh.
say that pain goes from 0 to 10, right? And let's say I'm afraid, I'm fearful of going to the
Of
dentist,
going to the dentist.
which I don't like going to the dentist. So I wouldn't say fearful, but definitely, but let's call it,
Nervous. Little
yeah,
uptight.
whatever it is, right? So when the pain was at a 3, I still didn't go. But when the pain got to an 8, the pain took over the fear,
Uh-huh.
and then I went.
And then you went.
I see this happen with a lot of clients and people I've coached over the years.
Hmm.
They'll like have, runny stool, constipation, they'll have discomfort, they'll have pain, and they'll just keep putting it off, putting it off until the pain gets to a certain point that they go, "I got to go to the hospital."
Hmm.
And then they go. And that's
Hmm.
what happened to me. And so when I went, they said, "You need a crown." And my first response was, "Well, how much is that?" And I think they said like $2,800. I was like, "What?"
Yeah.
And I was thinking about my babies going, I just took $2,800 from them because I didn't do what was necessary from a proactive standpoint.
Hmm.
Lesson learned.
Hmm.
And there's some people in the next week and some people in the last 3 months, they've gone to the hospital. They've
Right.
had some health scares, and they're like, they still keep putting off doing what is in their best interest
Hmm.
because of their lack of humility. And even when I say that, some people will hear that and go, "Yeah, that's why I'm not going to call him." Again, hate, lack of humility, pride. And I'll end by saying this. I have a client that I've been coaching for 20 plus years, since like 2001. Yeah, 23 years now. He doesn't like me, Amy. And I really don't care for him. He pays me $1,500 a month. He's a very wealthy guy. Every month, whether I coach him or not. And so we've had conversations where I go, dude, you don't like me, but you continue to hire me. He goes, yeah, because you're good at what you do.
The knowledge.
Yeah. You don't got to like me, and I don't got to like him.
Right.
And we have great conversations. Now, why he doesn't like me, I do know why, finally. Because it took me a long time to get him to, and it had nothing to do with anything. I mean, really, it actually had everything to do with, there was this woman that he liked. And this goes back years ago. And the woman liked me. Well, he was married and still is. I was married. So I ain't getting with this woman. But because he couldn't get with her and that she liked me, he hated me.
He hated you for that.
And he doesn't like me ever since then. What the hell is that?
Coach. Yep.
What's up with that? Anyway.
Interesting.
I'm telling you, people, when someone doesn't like someone, you never know. But the thing I do like about him is that even though he doesn't like me personally because of that, he respects me for what I can give him.
Exactly.
And that's what counts.
Exactly.
Right.
Going back to what you were saying earlier, with your example with the dentist, I think that's a good thing for people to hear, that you yourself can get nervous about certain things. So it's normal to be nervous to reach out to a coach, admitting that you've got health issues or eating issues or whatever it may be. So I like that you threw that out there. So to give people hopefully an incentive to, if they're struggling, to reach out to a coach.
Well, you just got to be humble.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's kind of like, like talking to my daughter. She wants to run track and she's fast. And so she wanted to go to the track. So I took her to the track and I ran track, but I wasn't the fastest guy. I was not the fastest guy on the team. I was not the fastest guy in the city. Obviously, I wasn't the fastest guy in the county or the state. Now I can run, but I wasn't the fastest guy. There was a whole bunch of people faster than me, but I was in there. I could put up a good little fight, but nowhere near being the guy. You know what I mean? And when I was with my daughter, I saw how fast she was, and I showed her some basic drills. And then I said, sweetheart, we need to stop. And she was like, why, Daddy? I said, well, you have so much potential that my ego would want to coach you right now. But I also know that I could teach you incorrectly. And you have so much potential that I'm not even going to take that chance. I need to get you with someone who's really good and has the expertise to train you on how to do these drills the proper way so it can help you. So my daughter got to experience my humility. And I just happen to know someone who's a really good coach.
That's probably going to benefit her a little better.
Oh, not just a little, Amy.
Good for you.
Not just a little. If you guys are hearing what I'm saying, a lot. Step back. You know what I mean?
I was just being nice, Robert. I was being nice.
And don't hold back. Just put it out there, because people will benefit if they can be humble. You know what I mean?
Right. Exactly.
Yeah. Just
exactly.
Bring it down and get help. And when it comes to what we're doing around the gut health and around nutrition, I know this stuff extremely well, Amy, as you know. And we have a methodology where we can help a lot of people.
Exactly.
And you know it very, very well. So the door is open for people to reach out.
Exactly.
But right now, let's talk about the gut health, because I can feel myself wanting to ramble, and I'll get totally way out of. I need you to bring me back.
Okay.
But let's talk about the gut health challenge. And at the same time, in any questions that you think people would have, you can ask. And then I'll make sure that we're giving away nuggets so that people who aren't doing the challenge will be like, okay, I could do that. Oh, that's a good tip for me. Because the goal is, how can we help people as they sit here and listen to us have this conversation?
Mm-hmm. Okay, I think with you explaining it in the very beginning on our opening was wonderful. The one question I've had 2 or 3 times is when they sign up, if they sign up, which hopefully they will sign up, you will send them an email with everything in that, I'm assuming.
Well, so right now, as we are recording this, which is completely different experience after January 29th, 2024. But like, let's say someone signs up today.
Okay.
Then the challenge starts on the 29th, which is a Monday.
Correct.
Today is the 26th as we record this on a Friday. The challenge starts Monday. Today is Friday. It's a challenge. So whenever you're doing a challenge, you want to make it where people all who are in the challenge on a certain start date get access equally. Right? So if you're in a challenge and you sign up on January 1st, it doesn't start until the 29th. We don't want to give you access to the grocery list and to the plan.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like 28 days before everybody else in the challenge.
Then I got a jump start on it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, what's cool is that today is the 26th. So what happens on the 27th and the 28th, everybody starts to get access who's already signed up.
Okay.
Now, if someone signs up on the 29th, they get everything on the 29th.
On the 29th.
But if you signed up now, you're going to start getting information on the 27th and the 28th. So you can go grocery shopping the day before, like on the 28th, and then be in a position when you wake up in the morning, you're ready to rock and roll.
You're ready to go.
Challenge. But in this conversation, I'm going to tell them all the basic things that people need to know. So they can go grocery shopping tonight or whenever they hear this, because I'm going to give enough information that will actually save them time.
Okay.
Woo.
Perfect.
Come on. Don't hate me. Don't hate me because you ain't me. Okay. So I'll walk it out like this. So here's the overview. In the challenge, it goes for 30 days. And in 30 days, you're going to be eating 3 meals a day. That's the recommendation. And we're going to go over what those meals look like. You're going to be encouraged to snack if you're hungry. If you're not hungry, don't snack. That's all going to be explained because we have all these lessons. The grocery list that you get on day 1 is a grocery list of all the foods that we know will complement your gut health.
Your gut.
So I'm going to do this in 2 parts. 1, what are some foods I'm going to be recommending daily? And 2, more importantly, what are you going to avoid in the challenge? Right? So the challenge is not about what you're going to eat. It's more about what you're going to avoid.
I love that.
Right? That makes sense?
I love that.
So this morning with one of my clients, Donna, shout out to you, Donna. I hope you catch this. Donna's not the biggest fan of fruits and vegetables. Now, she's gotten to the point where she's brought them in. And in the last couple of weeks, she's lost like 10 pounds. So big shout out to Donna.
Congratulations, Donna.
When she gets focused, she does extremely well. So Donna, share this video and this part right here with all those in your family because you're rocking and rolling. And if they're not following your lead, family, you start following Donna's lead.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
All right. So I said to Donna this morning, I said, okay, because she goes, I don't think this challenge would be good for me. I go, why is that, Donna? She says, well, I don't think there's foods that I'm going to like. I said, okay. Well, why don't I kind of share with you some of the foods that I'm going to encourage? Like there's a daily 8 that I recommend people eat at least one of the 8 foods daily. So did that make sense how I said that?
It sure did.
Okay. So you don't got to eat all 8 of the foods. Pick one
of
of
the
the 8 and make it
every
part
day.
of your food plan daily.
Mm-hmm.
And she goes, okay. I said, the first one is sourdough bread. How do you feel about that? And she goes, I like sourdough bread. So how do you feel about sourdough bread? I'm asking you now, Amy.
Oh, you're asking me? I love sourdough.
Okay. So she goes, okay, I could eat sourdough bread. I said, okay. That's one of the daily 8. And then she goes, okay, what's next? And that's why I did a post today on avocado and sourdough bread. I said avocado. She goes, I like avocado. Now there's some people going, I don't like avocado. Stop thinking like that.
Right away. Mm-hmm.
Okay. The daily 8.
I'm out
Nobody
because I
said,
don't like it.
no one said, quote, have to, unquote, eat avocado.
Exactly.
It's one of the recommended daily 8.
One of the 8.
And if you like avocado, great. If you don't, don't.
Mm-hmm.
But there's some people who will hear me say avocado. Oh, yeah, that's not what I'm. What?
Mm-hmm.
That's one. We eat sourdough bread. Well, I could eat that. Okay, well, shit. I only went over 2.
Yeah, you're
There's
in.
8 different foods.
Yeah, and they're hearing that they have to eat the 8.
Right.
That's what they're hearing. They're not hearing the 1 out of 8.
Yes, or they're the kind of person that just goes right to that. Right. That dichotomous thinking. Their mind goes right there to what they don't want.
Yeah. So once you said avocado, I'm done.
Yeah, they run. That's just one that's recommended. If you don't like avocado, don't eat avocado. Nobody's asking you to eat avocado. If you don't like sourdough, don't eat sourdough. Jeez.
Yep.
Okay. Then, so we're 2 for 2 with Donna. Then I said, beans. She goes, what kind of beans? I said, anything that's a bean. She goes, okay, I like beans. I said, now we're 3 out of 3. You said that there would be nothing for you to eat.
You're winning her.
No, I mean, it's the fact. It's the truth.
Yeah.
But she had already created in her head.
She's not going to be able to do it.
Yeah, what she thought the challenge was.
Right.
So her ignorance, if we didn't have the conversation, like there's some people who saw the challenge and their ignorance will block them from making it available to themselves.
Correct.
Okay. So beans is one. And then I said, smoothies. She goes, I like smoothies, so I can have a smoothie. I go, yeah. I wouldn't do more than one a day, but yeah, smoothies is part of the equation. And then we have recipes to save you time and energy. You don't even have to think. So there's 8 smoothies to choose from, and you don't got to think.
She goes, I like smoothies, Robert?
What's that?
Are they different, or are they similar to the detox?
They're different than the detox smoothies.
Okay.
They're all fat burning, same as the detox.
Mm-hmm.
And there may be some run over, maybe. I'm not sure. I haven't looked. But there's 8 of them. And all you got to do is buy the ingredients that make the smoothie. And that could be breakfast, lunch, or dinner.
Sure. Sounding great.
But you see what I mean? So it wasn't about what the main focus and what I told her. I said, look, what you're really asking me is like, what do you got to give up to do the 30-day challenge?
Right.
So I'm going to share the 3 things that are discouraged when you do the 30-day challenge. I'm going to give that away right now.
I think I know number 1.
You know what number 1 is?
Yeah.
What?
Alcohol.
Not all alcohol.
Wine would be a yes. I'm assuming.
So the first 7 days, nothing with alcohol.
Okay.
After the 7 days, a glass of wine would be okay because it's fermented.
Mm-hmm, exactly.
And with all the health benefits of a glass of wine, if somebody wanted it, then they can have that. Now, what you don't consume is hard liquor,
Mm-hmm.
vodka, gin, whiskey for 30 days.
So if you stay with wine, you're good.
If you stay with wine, you're fine. Now, when I brought up alcohol with Donna, she goes, I don't drink. So that's not I go, this challenge is getting easier and better for you every second.
That's what I was thinking. Donna's going to love this.
Yeah. I'm like, but remember, she was like, well, I don't see myself doing. I'm like,
Uh-huh.
and so, okay. Now, some people are like, okay, well, why can't I have my vodka or my rum or my Crown Royal or my whiskey? Like, what's the problem with that? But then you say wine is okay. They both have alcohol. Absolutely.
But like you said, wine is fermented.
It's fermented. And we know that a glass of wine contributes to your gut health.
Mm-hmm.
A bottle of wine damages your gut health.
But a glass.
A glass. Now, when you go to hard whiskey, like liquor, it's the same as taking antibiotics. So when you take antibiotics, those of you who aren't aware of the gut microbiome, antibiotics is almost like baby wipes or bleach. Imagine taking bleach and pouring it into your gut. It wipes out everything. That's what antibiotics do to your gut microbiome. So then someone's like, oh, I'm on antibiotics right now, or I got to take them this week. That's fine. You actually will benefit from the challenge because as you're taking antibiotics and it's wiping everything out that's helping you, the good and the bad bacteria, if you want to call it that, you're eating in a way that's replenishing what is being wiped out. So anyone who's taking antibiotics would benefit from doing the challenge.
Mm-hmm.
Because I've had people go, well, should I wait until after I'm done with it? No. You don't wait. You do. And unfortunately, your doctor, all they can recommend is either you taking a probiotic
Mm-hmm.
or telling you to go consume yogurt.
Mm-hmm.
Give me a damn break. I mean,
You hear that a
serious?
lot. You hear
It's
that a lot. Eat yogurt when you're on antibiotic.
Right. And it's sad because that's all they can say. It's so much more to that.
Mm-hmm.
So much more.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
The unknown.
So avoiding hard liquor for 30 days. Second thing, deep fried food. So then people go, so Donna was like, okay, so I like my French fries. I said, okay, you like French fries? She goes, I like my French fries. I said, and you have an air fryer, right? She goes, I do. I said, have you ever like taken a white potato, cut it up? She goes, yeah. And then I fry them. I said, in oil, right? She goes, yeah. I said, have you ever tried your air fryer? See, if you make the fries in the air fryer, that's not deep fried.
Exactly.
It's the deep frying that creates the carcinogenics, that creates the damage in your gut lining. So for 30 days.
And the potatoes in the air fryer are phenomenal.
I like them on the air fryer and I like to bake them.
Yes. Yeah, I never fry.
I get a russet potato and bake them or air fry them. I mean, are you serious?
Wonderful.
Did ask somebody. So she goes, okay, I could do that. She goes, what's the third thing? I said, the third thing you're already doing. She goes, what's that? I said, avoiding high fructose corn syrup. So if you have a product that has high fructose corn syrup in it, then we want to avoid that. Now, everything else is a strong recommended option, right? So if you use Splenda, Equal, Stevia, even like monk fruit, we know, not in my opinion, Amy, and you already know this, but the science is clear. Those sweeteners cause disruption in the gut.
In the gut.
In place of that, and in our grocery list, we have allulose. I use allulose, and you and I are going to do a big talk on allulose. But allulose is what I'm going to recommend. You want to add sweetener to your coffee, sweetener to your tea. If it's not honey, allulose would be a great alternative.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what I use.
So now Donna's doing the challenge now.
I figured with all of that, she's definitely going to be doing it.
Yep. And as Ruth brought up, because Ruth is taking some antibiotics, and I'm glad we got to touch on this because Ruth is with us right now. When you're taking antibiotics, it's not the end of the world, you guys. And this is where the benefit comes in knowing us and hearing this conversation. When you're taking antibiotics, do all the things that I'm recommending when it comes to gut health. It's almost kind of like if you take water that's got something in it you want to get rid of. Imagine as you're pouring the water out, someone's pouring water in. Now, it may take a longer time, but eventually what you're pouring in is going to take over what you poured out. So if I'm eating all the right things as my antibiotics is wiping out all those things that's good for me, I'm still consuming the things that are good for me. And so I'm constantly replenishing as I'm losing, and that keeps me whole and balanced. And I'm telling you, if you go online with millions, if not billions of videos out there, no one's talking about what I just said.
Right.
I have not heard one person say that.
Right.
I heard people sell supplements. Oh yeah, take our probiotic, take our prebiotic, take this and take that. But they ain't talking about food as medicine approach. Like
exactly.
how to eat to optimize the defeat that's taking place inside of your gut. Right.
Exactly.
So what do you want to talk about now?
That was really good. I just want to add to that.
Yeah.
Is eating this way that people can continue eating this way even after the challenge too.
Absolutely. It's like the other day I don't know if that was me, you and Susie, or who I was talking to. Maybe it was by myself, but I shared a study that was in Cell, which is like a medical journal. And in that, and they did a whole trial on people, and they had this group of healthy people take an antibiotic. Actually, it was 4 different antibiotics. And the take home is that what they learned is that all these healthy people saw a decline with their gut bacteria. And it took anywhere from 1 full day up to 6 months after taking antibiotics to get everything back to normal. And out of the 20 people in the trial, 4 of them, and they have no idea why they had their experience, but 4 of them, it took 6 months to get their gut microbiome back to where it was. After
6 months.
After taking antibiotics.
Did they have any other issues, underlying issues?
No. So
straight from the antibiotic. Wow.
Right. So and I love what they did when they did the study. They chose only people who were healthy. So they had a low BMI. Everybody was lean. Everybody had healthy habits. And then they gave them antibiotics. So they tested the gut microbiome, gave them antibiotics, tested again to see the where the microbiome was. Everyone's microbiome proficiency or efficiency was down. And then they monitored up to 6 months how long it took for their gut microbiome to come back into balance.
That's unbelievable.
Yeah. So for 4 of the 20, it took 6 months. Everyone else, probably within about a month, they were back on track.
Gosh, that makes you not even want to take them.
No, you got to take them because some people need them. Otherwise, we're gonna lose them. They're gonna be dead.
Right, exactly. But I mean, just in my own mind, it just makes me like really not even want to take them.
Yep. So for those of you who are listening to our conversation, if you have questions, please post while you catch us live. And even if you don't have a question for yourself, maybe you have a question that you think other people would want an answer to.
Mm-hmm.
Because some people are going to do our gut health challenge, which they're going to learn a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and they'll be in a position because once you do the gut health challenge, you can always do it again. And then you learn. And once you know, then you know.
Mm-hmm.
So those are the main things I wanted to bring up was, you know, like eating sourdough with avocado, if you like avocado, is great. She did ask me, or I was talking to someone else, and they said, so what if you don't like avocado? What's an example of how you can make that a fat burning meal in the gut health challenge? And I said, do you like eggs? And this person go, I love eggs. I said, okay, you like avocado, you love eggs. So on each slice of avocado toast, I want you to put an egg on there. And she goes, okay. And that would be breakfast. I go, that'd be a perfect breakfast for your gut health. She's like, but should I do egg yolks or should I kind of opt out and maybe get egg whites?
Do the egg, the whole egg.
I said, the whole egg.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, the whole egg? She goes, can you give me one reason why the whole egg? I go, well, one, an egg has like a good amount of protein and a good amount of fat. And whenever you consume protein, you increase the bioavailability, the absorption rate, and what's beneficial when protein is consumed with fat. We know that scientifically. So you got that
Right.
benefit. She was like,
Right.
okay, what else? I said, you ever heard of CLA? And she goes, yeah, I was taking this product with Modere called Trim, and it's real high in CLA. I said, yeah, conjugated linoleic acid. And that helps retain muscle, helps reduce body fat, and there's a whole bunch of benefits to that. And I said, did you know that eating that egg, you're going to get some of that? And if you cook that egg in butter, that butter is going to give you even more CLA. She goes, I had no idea. I go, pfft. I said, before we were eating chickens, we only ate the eggs. People didn't normally eat chickens. That was like a special occasion, or when a chicken wasn't producing, what they needed from that chicken, then it was time to eat that chicken.
Mm-hmm.
But we needed chickens for the eggs. We didn't really start eating chicken the way we eat chicken today until probably the 50s, early 60s.
And everything you
1950s,
just
19.
said is done without the supplements.
Yeah, I don't need no supplement.
All natural.
Yeah. I want, if I'm going to take a supplement, I'm going to take a supplement because it gives me an edge. Ooh, I should say that one more. I should actually write that down. You take a supplement to get an edge, right? Like berberine. I have nothing but positive to say about the supplement berberine, because berberine, which is in, like, Modere has a product called Burn. I believe
Right.
it's Burn, and it has berberine in it. That part of that product, Burn, I like, because berberine has been proven in time and time and time again to give you a lot of the benefits that people would get with the drug metformin. So I would rather take the supplement berberine that comes from a natural source than to take a supplement that's manufactured in the lab
100%.
or a drug that's made. Yeah. So
Mm-hmm.
anyway, I don't know. So what are the questions that you think people would have that we haven't touched upon as it pertains to gut health or just the gut challenge?
Like I said, the one that I was asked a couple times, just trying to think if I was new to it. I think you covered a lot of it. We get to eat 3 meals a day, snack if we need to or want to. Um,
So what about what to expect from the challenge? Do you
yeah,
think
what
people?
can we expect from the challenge?
Well, one, I believe many people will lose weight. I mean, I would say almost, unless you're just so lean that you don't have weight to lose.
Well, I think majority of people too, just giving up the alcohol and the fried food, if they're consuming a lot of that, that's going to make a big difference.
Man, and when your gut is not in dysbiosis, meaning is in balance, woo! You see differently, you hear differently, you feel differently. Like so many things like improve.
Mm-hmm.
And it's all about what you eat.
Mm-hmm.
So you can eat your way back into better health, and you can eat your way back to better energy. You can eat your way back to like a stronger immune system, and the list goes on and on.
Mm-hmm. An example of what people could think about is how they eat over the holidays and how they feel sluggish after the holidays, and just the no energy. And once you get that out of your system, you feel so much better.
You feel so much better.
You feel so much better.
Well, it's interesting. I was talking to someone earlier today, and I was talking to one of my clients yesterday who is in North Carolina. And I don't think you ever met Cynthia, but Cynthia moved from Michigan to North Carolina. She's really smart, very intelligent. She's a retired teacher. And so she's able to be neutral. You know what I mean? Like there's no judgment. She's very
Mm-hmm.
neutral, very like there. And so in conversation, what came up, because she's in North Carolina, people drink a lot of sweetened tea. Have you ever had sweetened tea?
No.
America's amazing. Like if you're in North Carolina or like Alabama or like certain states, people drink sweet tea like it's like they look at you and go, well, what's wrong with you? Everybody drinks sweet tea. So sweet tea is tea with a hell of a lot of sugar. And it ain't like you have a sweet tea that's in a cup like this.
So would you compare it to like a pop or a soda?
Double the sugar.
Oh, double.
Yeah. And people are
Oh my
drinking
gosh.
cups of, they're drinking big old cups, like 2-3 times a day. And when you look at these people, you don't always see obesity, but yet they're drinking all this sugar. Now, if you follow them for a long period of time, they all get diabetes and they all have problems. And many of them who don't have the problems yet, what happens is they go, man, I'm just not feeling myself. And then they blame it on age. They don't even realize it's the sweet tea that they're drinking every day and the white bread. So their doctor is drinking sweet tea, eating on white bread, as he's telling them they need to improve their situation. And then we'll probably offer them a sweet tea while they're in the doctor's office. I mean, it's like, it's mind-blowing because they just don't know. And they don't see a direct connection to their health problems and the way they eat.
Right. And it is mind blowing. I mean, I'm sitting here and I'm like we call it pop here, pop/soda, knowing how much sugar is in there. And you're saying the sweet tea has even more.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
And you know what I share with her and I'll share with you. When I see people eat and drink the way they drink, the pops, the sodas, all that, I always have a moment to go, how are they alive?
Mm-hmm.
And one of my partners today, he said, could I ask him that question? I go, dude, it's amazing. He goes, well, one, let me go back to Cynthia. Cynthia, actually, I asked her that same question. She goes, maybe because they've been doing it since they were little, they just acclimated it to it. And I was like, I bet there's some truth to that.
Mm-hmm.
And then I shared it with my partner, and he's really smart too. And he goes, it's one of those things, Robert, he goes, because he's seen it before. He says, there's a lot of people who are consuming those things that we know aren't healthy, but there's a disconnect. They don't realize that why they're tired or why maybe things aren't working the way they normally would work in their body, or they don't see the connection.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not that clear for everybody. And I was like, man, thank you for sharing that with me,
Mm-hmm.
because I wasn't even thinking like that, but I totally get what you're saying.
I wasn't either, and I get that too.
Yeah. They don't even connect it.
They're blaming the tiredness on something else. And
Yeah. And then the sad part is that you will have other people that will reference or support your statement. Oh man, I'm tired. They go, dude, you ain't 23 years old. You're 43 years old now.
mm-hmm,
Yeah, man. Jeez, getting old, man. Getting
mm-hmm,
old. And then they're like collaborating with you, going, oh yeah, man, getting old. And none of them have to feel that way. They just don't know.
mm-hmm. I hear that a lot. Age gets blamed for a lot of things. Oh, you're getting old. You're getting old. We're all getting old. And
Well, put it this way: I could date a 23-year-old. I could date a 53-year-old. I could date a 63, a 70. I mean, it doesn't matter. I am going to be me.
mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, it ain't going to be about age, because I know the things that take away from what I call a life plan.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't know. Did I ever ask you that question? Like, what's the difference between lifespan and health span?
No.
So lifespan is, let's say you're born, you're 0, and your lifespan is how long you live, right? So you can live to be 100, 105, 83,
Mm-hmm.
72, right? That's your lifespan. Your health span is not how long you live, but the quality of your life you live.
Depending on your health.
Because we're talking about your health span,
Right.
quality,
Mm-hmm.
right? There's people who have a lifespan that goes to 97,
Mm-hmm.
but from 87 to 97 is hell.
Mm-hmm.
Health span is quality. Like when I was like, so Jack LaLanne died at 96, right? And from what I understand, he was sexually active with his wife up to 95. That's quality. That's an example of quality.
Quality. Mm-hmm.
There's people who are 65, and because of their nutrition habits and their lifestyle, their health span is compromised. They're married, but they can't be sexually active because nothing's working.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not working because they're putting in the wrong fuel.
Mm-hmm.
And if they ate a little differently, which I've experienced with a lot of my clients, I've helped a lot of men get this back. They can get that back. Is this making you uncomfortable?
Just because I got quiet.
Well, I know there's some people going, oh. Like I remember the first time I mentioned that, my mom, like, she's looking at her boyfriend going, you need to be a part of these conversations.
I just know we're live, so I'm watching what I say.
No, I'm serious. Like, I mean, my mom has no filter. And I know
I have a filter.
She catches this every once in a while, but I don't think she's catching me right now. Trust me, I'll hear about it. And she won't care because it's the truth. My mom is like, she's telling her boyfriend or fiance, whatever they are, you need to listen to my son because he's talking about, stuff that can help you out. Like,
that would be uncomfortable.
And to me, I mean, I'm not. I mean, it's fun. I was potentially going to do some work, and who knows, maybe we will do some work together. But I was talking to this sex therapist, and really smart, very bright. She's been doing it, PhD, all of that stuff. And we had a real good connection of potentially doing something because that's her lane. But from a nutrition standpoint, men and women, if they want to improve certain parts of their sexuality, their organs, etc., nutrition is critical.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, I don't want to lose the focus, but all right, let's just say when you get your gut in better health, you improve all health.
Right. Nutrition is everything. I mean, it's the foundation of everything.
Foundation.
Foundation.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. All right. So now I will need you to become the consumer as we close. Let's give it another 5 minutes. If anybody has a question, then bring it. And I know that sometimes when we don't get 1,000 questions, that's because our conversation is going well and we're sharing information that's keeping people compelled.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah,
So
there's a
that's
lot of
why sometimes
information.
we have to get better at asking questions that they wish they had asked, but
Mm-hmm.
what we were talking about was intriguing enough that kept them like with us, and they didn't have time to ask or think of another question.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
All right, so I'm gonna leave it
Yeah,
up to you now. What questions does Amy have?
we covered a
What do you
lot.
want me to answer that would help everybody else?
Being put on the spot, I can't think of anything. I just feel that everything was covered very well.
Everything is everything. Woohoo!
Today's
See,
a singing day for you.
it is. See, before we started to show you guys, I was singing. I sang a couple songs and I shared with Amy a song I created. I created a song for somebody.
And it was very good.
Yes, thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
And I don't claim to be a singer, but I will give my best shot. And I do like karaoke, which you and I have done many karaoke's together.
Yes. Yes. So I guess we can start scheduling another date then. That's something we could talk about.
Well, you know what? Like the next time, like when I come back to Darlington, Wisconsin, let's do karaoke the first night and the last night. You know what I mean?
I'm into that.
Yeah, let's get the party started early. Like, let's just go there and just take over the room.
Okay.
All right.
Well, let's get checking our calendars and get it scheduled.
Okay. See, Amy's like she's not a talker. She's like, make it happen.
I'm going to make it happen.
All right. So anybody have any questions for us? Other than that, it's up to you, Amy, because we got about less than 4 minutes and then we're going to shut off. I've shared what I can share. And I'm always coming from a place of, look, I share because I care and I want people to maximize. But unfortunately, people just are in a place where sometimes they're just not in the right place.
Mm-hmm.
So
and you really have to be in the right place.
Yeah.
You really have to have your mindset. And if people, like you said earlier, if you could get your nutrition online, that really does change your mood. It changes your outlook on life, everything about yourself. So yeah, you have to be in the right place to get going.
You gotta be in the right place.
You can make a song for everything.
You gotta get in the right place. If you're not in the right place,
it's not gonna happen.
It ain't gonna happen, people. It ain't gonna happen. So mine said, hey, this is Fat Loss Friday. This is dedicated to Steve Allen, our friend.
Are you sure that's tea in your cup?
No, it's green tea with honey, actually.
Okay.
Yeah. It's
just checking.
It's only 3:00 as we're taping.
Well, it's 5:00 somewhere, which is here.
No, that's true. But here's my. So as you know, the last 4 or 5 days have been just crazy. My website got hacked. It's been very stressful because I got this challenge. I got like my livelihood. If you went to my website right now at this very moment, it's under construction, and that's because it took hell to get it back up. So
I'm close to getting it.
Yeah, I mean, as soon as we're done with this, I'm back to work. So I'll be working till about 1 a.m, and then but I'm there. We have everything in place. We have like quadrupled our security, so I don't expect that to ever happen to me again. Oh. And so I've done what I need to do to make sure that doesn't happen. But you know, it challenges you, and I did not want to delay the challenge. So no matter what, I was like, fuck it. Oh, sorry. Oops. I got to figure out a way to like make this work. So I'm not sleeping. I still have clients and people that I'm coaching and working with. So I had to work around all of that. And I have other demands and conferences and speaking engagements that I do on Zoom. And it's just been a lot. But I don't whine about it. I just get it done. You know what I mean?
Well,
And
thank you for
so,
doing that for all of us.
yeah,
Thank you.
so we got the challenge, we'll go forward. Other things I still got work to do,
Mhm.
but that's part of the deal. And it's such a challenge, and for those of you who are entrepreneurs, I'll share this with you because you just got to figure it out. I look forward every Friday. Uh, I have my daughters. And so as I'm sharing this right now, it's Friday and I don't have them tonight because why have them when all I'm doing is working and stressing out?
True.
And those moments are going to happen, but I asked their mom and we worked it out. So I won't have them tonight so I can get everything caught up.
Hmm.
So that's the truth. That's the
Well, I
real
feel
deal.
bad for you on that, but thank you for doing what you do. And you
Yeah, I
need to get
mean,
to sleep. You should get to bed before 1 o'clock. Got to take care of yourself too.
no. Last night I went to bed a little earlier because I was like, you know what? I was sleep deprived. And I was sitting there, I was like, you know what? I went to the jacuzzi and I said, I'm just going to take a moment. And then after
Good.
that, I was like, I'm going to bed. So I went to bed about 9 o'clock and got a good night's sleep. So I got a good 8 hours.
Good for
And
you.
yeah, so now I'm ready to let's go. I'm
Okay.
ready. I'm back.
Good. Just got to take care of yourself.
Yeah. So I'm excited and I'm singing because I feel good about where I am. 2 days ago, if we were doing this live, I wouldn't be singing. I would be like, all right, we got to hurry up because I got to get back to work.
Yep. You seem very relaxed, very calm right now. So
I'm very relaxed.
good. So everything's just falling together for you.
Well, I mean, it must fall together. It's like there's no room for excuses, you know?
Well, again, thank you for everything that you do for us.
Okay.
I appreciate it.
Well, thank you. All right, so we're done with our time. Anyone have any other questions for the two of us?
It's a quiet group.
I'm telling you, that's because we did a pretty good job.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I don't see quiet. I just see it for what it is. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
A lack of questions does not mean you did a horrible job.
Right.
My goal when I do presentations is I want to do such a good presentation that when I'm done, I go, any questions? That no one has a question. Same as if I'm doing a presentation like someone who wants to become a client. By the time I do a free consultation, any questions? I don't want a question. That means that I killed it. I knocked it out.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
I
Because
never looked at it that way.
yeah, that's how I don't want a question.
Mm-hmm.
Because then the follow-up, if there's no questions, all right, let's get started. And if
You
they're going to be
covered
a
it all.
client, then they're going to give you the information to get started.
Mm-hmm.
If they are at a seminar and you pose it a certain way, then get in line to either buy a book, buy a product, become a client.
Mm-hmm.
Now, when I was in Darlington, I did the presentation in a way where I wanted multiple questions. And if you remember, after 30 minutes, we still had people asking questions
Mm-hmm.
because I set it up like that.
Right.
So it's just a matter of how you set it up. I wanted a big part of my time with that group of people to be questions that they could ask, and hopefully I would be in a position where I could provide answers.
Yes. Yeah, you presented it as a group discussion.
Yeah. So that's different. But in something like this, you'll have people going, okay, I need to learn. I need to hear that. That was good information. I got
Mhm.
it. Thank you, Robert. And then you'll have people going, I never even thought about doing that challenge, but you know what? Now I'm going to do it.
Now I'm going to do it.
And then you have people that go, and they just go back to normal life with taking their meds, staying overweight,
Mhm.
and not doing anything to help themselves because they're stuck.
Mm-hmm.
And some people will just stay stuck, Amy. And that has nothing to do with you and I. That's why I don't take it personal when think about it. We can go on Facebook right now and look at a lot of our childhood friends, right? You can see them. There's people that probably you're connected with that you've known for many years, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you don't got to know them personally or eat dinner with them, but you've met them at one point, and so you're friends. So I have a whole bunch of people from my hometown that are on my Facebook, and a lot of them are on blood pressure medication. They got Hashimoto's, gout, lupus, type 2 diabetes. They're dealing with all kind of stuff, and they ain't gonna do nothing to improve their situation.
And I just can't even imagine being there.
I mean, not you and I, but I'm telling you, there's
No, I
people
know.
who they know what you do, Amy. They watch you talk about it. They watch you do posts, but they don't want to do anything to help themselves. They will remain stuck for whatever reasons. And then life will be over and everything keeps moving. There's a lot more people like that will just remain stuck and they won't do anything. They will just hear it, and in their own mind, they create what they think it would be, and they're wrong.
Mm-hmm.
They don't even give themselves an opportunity. That goes all the way back to that's psychology. That goes all the way back to childhood. You know, it's like when I gave the stories and we were talking about adverse childhood conditions.
Yes.
Right? So a lot of people they'll never even know why they never did what was offered to them, what was right in front of them. And they will do nothing. They will stay overweight. They will stay obese. They will keep taking their meds. They will just stay right where they are until it gets worse and worse and worse, which goes back to my being at the dentist. You have a crown, you have pain. Now it's so bad that you got to go into the doctor. And now what?
Mm-hmm.
And some of those people don't make it out of the hospital and they die. So we never got to talk to them.
Right. Right.
I mean, look at Tom. Tom loved you. Right? Tom Shimko.
Yes.
He loved some Amy. Same as, Dee Dee and Dr. Cleve.
Mm-hmm.
Dr. Cleve loves you. Now, Dr. Cleve, he wants to do something about it, right?
He does.
He's a fighter no matter what.
He is a fighter.
But Tom, not that he didn't want to do anything, but he just stayed in his own way. Mm-hmm. Even when I talked to him, I said, Tom, dude, I can help you. No, I got it. No, I know what I'm going to do. Yeah, I go, Tom, get humble, man. Like, it was just him and I at Applebee's. I go, and then after that, I remember talking to someone. They said, how's Tom doing? I said, if Tom is alive in a year, I will be amazed. And they're like, what? I go, yeah, I just saw Tom. I was in Pennsylvania. He drove up. We had lunch. And I said, if he's alive in a year, I will be totally amazed. Before that year went up, I got a phone call from his daughter. Tom's dead. And I can share so many stories like that because people are they just get in their own way. And next thing you know, they're gone.
I wish there was a way that we could just change people, but we can't. They have to want to change themselves.
No, you can't.
You have to want to help yourself before.
No, you can't, because there's people who think they know what they don't know. Mm-hmm. And the crazy part is that we've done it. I've done it. That's why when I meet these people who think they know about nutrition and they go, oh, carnivore, I'm going to be keto, I'm going to stay away from, I go, what are you talking about? I've done this for 29 years. I've helped thousands of people. I can put you on the phone with thousands of people. All the shit that you're saying is a lie. Why don't you take advantage of someone who's done it for 29 years? Someone who has 2 evidence-based clinical studies that support what they're saying that they've done. What is wrong with you? So there's a lot of people that are just in this weird crazy denial place, and they're looking for something instead of tapping into what is real. And what we do is real.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It's like it's real, real, real.
Oh
And so
yeah,
why are people like it's just, it blows my mind.
100%.
Like when that's why anyone who does keto, carnivore, omnivore, all of those crazy avoid foods, they demonize this and that. And I go, wow, I have thousands of testimonials, people who have done it,
Mm-hmm.
real evidence. And
Mm-hmm.
you're telling me that, are you kidding me? What is wrong with you mentally? Like, what went on in your childhood? Like, why are you at a place where you can't even hear what I've done and what we've proven? That's
Closed
why
mind.
that's why, Amy, you won't see me in debates, because all the people who are there's theory. Because then I'll say, get your Rolodex, right? Get your phone ready. You call a person who did what you're doing, that lost 50 pounds, 100 pounds, 200 pounds. And for every person you call, I'll call 3. Let's get them all on the phone and let's hear from them instead of
Mm-hmm.
you and I arguing over theory. I have the receipts.
Mm-hmm.
So anyone who's watching me, that's why they won't. I'm telling you, Amy, they won't debate me.
Mm-hmm.
You can't debate what you can't win against.
No.
Now, in theory, they'll, oh yeah, and they'll, well, what about this? And they'll share this and this study and that study. Okay, where's the people?
Mm-hmm.
Show me the people. Get them
Mm-hmm.
on the phone. I want to talk to them right now.
Mm-hmm.
I can get all of my people on the phone. Get your people on the phone. I'll get all of my people on the phone. Let's hear from them.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, it's just you and I sharing theory.
Mm-hmm.
So
Exactly.
for all of you wannabes out there that's talking nutrition, let's
Exactly.
go. Let's debate. And when we debate, we'll have our theory moment, and then you got to bring some receipts, because I'm going to bring people on the phone.
Mm-hmm.
And all the shit that you're talking and you're saying you can't eat fruit, you can't eat plants, you can't eat that, you can't eat. I'm going to bring real people on, not
Mm-hmm.
1 or 2 or 3 or 4, but a lot of them.
Mm-hmm.
And after they've lost the weight and they improve their health, eating the things that you say they should avoid, what are you
Mm-hmm.
going to say then?
Exactly.
There's nothing
Exactly.
you can say. Are you going to say they're lying and they, huh?
Mm-hmm.
That's why, see, this is where we got to get bold for 2024, man.
But we've talked about it a lot, Robert. Like I always say, the magic pill. People want, not all, but a lot of people want that magic pill.
Yeah, I don't know
And
what the hell they want, but they're on
well,
some weird.
those so-called crazy diets, you lose the weight fast. But then when you have omitted those certain foods, you've lost the weight, and now you feel like, okay, I've lost the weight, but you have not learned how to eat. So when you bring those foods back in, what's going to happen?
They don't know. They don't know. That's why we live in a world in nutrition. There's a lot of theory. We're really, believe it or not, Amy, and I'm not, I mean, you know me. I'm saying this for people who don't know me.
Right.
I'm not pompous. Here's the reality. We have receipts. Everybody else out there, they ain't got them.
No.
They can't even bring 10 people to the table to say,
Mm-hmm.
here's 10 of my clients that lost 100 pounds.
Mm-hmm.
Give me 10. Give me 10.
Mm-hmm.
They can't do it. Well,
Right.
well, I did have this lady. Well, I got 10 right now
Mm-hmm.
that ate bread, ate tortillas, ate the foods that we teach. So your
Exactly.
ignorance is blocking you from learning how to maximize nutrition.
Mm-hmm.
You're stuck in your own way.
Mm-hmm.
That's where a lot of these so-called experts are. And that's why I call them out. I go, come on, man.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's one doctor that was on the doctors when I was on there, and when we were done taping our segment, he never lost a debate. And he was on the doctors, I don't know, probably over 30 times. I only went on that TV show once. And he said to me, I didn't say it. When we went to commercial, he goes, man, you just kicked my ass. And I just laughed because, I mean, I don't care about kicking your ass. But what you were claiming is wrong shit. You're a theory guy. You're a whiteboard person. I'm a whiteboard person too. But the difference between you and I is I've done the work. I've proven it.
Mm-hmm.
Aetna didn't put up no money for you to do
Mm-hmm.
a clinical trial. You don't
Mm-hmm.
have insurance companies. Yeah, you're on TV, but where's your clinical trial?
Mm-hmm.
And where's your clients? Get them on the phone. Let's compare.
Mm-hmm. But at least he knew then that, that you did.
Oh yeah, but he
You,
went back to his old ways because it's all about money. And people, when they get into something or they buy into something, they will stay strong and keep promoting it because once they promote it, they bought into it. So it's like their lifeline. They will keep promoting and pushing the lie, even though they've experienced the truth. And that's when they get quiet when I'm around them. They can't have this conversation. And so they would rather avoid somebody like me because I mess up everything that they're out there lying about. Like if you have someone saying, if you want to lose weight and get healthier, you got to, stop eating plants. They don't want to talk to somebody like me who can bring hundreds of people that eat plants and have lost weight and are healthier. I would mess up everything.
mm-hmm.
I mean, not to get political, but that's kind of the situation that someone like Trump would be in. You gotta be mad at someone and demonize them and not want to hear it. If the economy is better with Trump as a president, if all these things are better, but they don't like his personality, they would rather just keep things where they are and be mad and pissed off with the economy and everything else because they don't want to change their mind. That would make them not feel good.
Yeah.
And I don't know if that's the best example because some people are, that's when they'll just go to the next. I hate Trump. Like, so you have so many people living with hate in their heart. They don't even know how to love anymore. And if you don't know how to love, I mean, really, if you look at it, that means they don't know how to love themselves.
Themselves.
So how can you love other
Exactly.
people?
Exactly.
This is crazy.
You hate people you don't love yourself.
This is crazy, man.
Yes,
All right.
it's a crazy world.
All right,
Crazy
I'm done.
world.
I'm done talking about these crazy people. Anyway, we're inviting you to the we're inviting you to the gut health challenge. And you know what's funny? Like when I talk, like I'm not talking smack because I'll get in front of anybody. I really do not fear any person. I don't fear people. And maybe that comes from my martial arts background or the fact that I've fought with 4 world champions in my life.
Mm-hmm.
I've been in there. When you go into the cage, right? When I was doing that in my life, and in hindsight, you can see it for what it really is, right? And I remember the last time I fought, I showed up at the event and I was the main event. Joe Rogan's there. A lot of famous people are there. The one person I think about all the time, Tone Loc, Funky Cole Medina. He was sitting right there. And all these people, right? And so I go in and I'm going to compete against this guy who's the former Ultimate Fighting Championship middleweight champ. And I was supposed to be a stepping stone for him as the highlight. So I show up at the fight, and I'm married, and Krista. So we're there, and I tell her, I say, hey, you can see the big line. We're in Hollywood at this place called the Hollywood Palladium. And I was like, let's get a coffee because I like coffee. So we go over while everybody's in line. They go to the big event. You got the big posters everywhere, and I'm right there on the poster, right? And we're drinking some coffee, just sitting there waiting because, the show hasn't started, and I got plenty of time. And I remember this one guy walked by. He goes, hey, you're fighting, right? I go, yeah. Just having a cup of coffee. He's like, yeah, I thought you'd be like, what do you guys got to do to get like, I go, dude, I treat it like a normal day because what can I do now that I haven't already done as far as my preparation?
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing I can do better in the next 2 hours, 3 hours that's going to make any difference. So
Yep.
I'm
Should have
with
been
my
done.
wife. I'm having a cup of coffee. I'm chilling. enjoying the vibe and checking out everything. Because when I go in that cage and they lock that gate, and that referee is going to look at him and go, "Are you ready?" And he's going to go, "Yes." And then the referee's going to look at me and go, "Are you ready?" And I'm going to give him the nod, "Yes." And then the referee is going to go, "Go." And at that point, if you didn't do the work, if you're not in shape, if you're not fully prepared, it's going to be an easy night for your opponent.
Mm-hmm. It's all going to show.
It's all going to show.
Mm-hmm.
So you got to do the work.
Mm-hmm.
So when you've been in there in situations like that, not even thinking about Desert Storm in my time as a U.S. Marine, I mean, come on. Like having my computer hacked, Amy, it sucks. But that ain't nothing like being stuck in a cage with a guy with tattoos on, big old strong dude. And he was 20 pounds heavier than me that night.
That would scare me.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty scary.
That would be very, very scary, intimidating.
And he ain't there to win. It's like a volleyball game. He's trying to smash your face.
He's gonna smash you, put some dents in.
Hey, smash you. I have been there. And it's funny because I'll meet people and they'll go, "Well, you don't look like," I mean, what does it look like then? Like, what is the guy supposed to look like? Should I have tattoos all over my body? Should I have a bald head?
No.
But you know what I mean? Like,
I do.
They didn't expect the fight to come out of me
Mm-hmm.
based on how they perceived the way I was looking.
Exactly.
I mean, I showed up with a collared shirt on and a tie with some slacks.
Yeah, you didn't look like a fighter at all.
Yeah, like what does the fighter look like? I should have showed up more like this and like, "Yeah, what's up? Let's go." Rah, rah.
Yep.
And not be able to put a sentence together.
Covered with tattoos. Totally covered.
Well, it worked out for me that night. I can tell you that.
That's good. But so like the moral of the story is you got to be prepared. You got to be prepared.
Yeah, be prepared and just be aware, like be in the know.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
There's so many people that don't know about the gut health. They don't even know the role that it plays in their overall health.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, how are they going to win that fight?
Right.
They're not.
They're not. Exactly.
So, all right. Any last words from you, Amy, and we'll get out of here.
I appreciate your time and filling us in with everything with the challenge, and I'm really looking forward to it.
All right. Well, you know what I'll be doing.
Yes. Hopefully you'll get to bed before 1.
Let's keep it going. Let's keep it moving.
Keep it going.
All right. Well, I will talk to you later.
Okay. Sounds good. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you guys for tuning in.
Yes.
If you have any questions, reach out to us. Reach out to Amy. Reach out to me. We are here to help you. God bless you. Have a great weekend. And for those who are in the challenge, we're starting to send out emails. We sent out one today. We're going to send out another one this evening. We're going to send out one. I think you'll get 2 of them on Saturday. And you'll get at least 1 of them on Sunday. And then you just log in and everything will be there.
Okay. Sounds good.
All right.
Okay. Thank you, Robert.
Amy.
Have a good night.
All right, you guys. Peace.
All right. Thank you.